Viewers, a huge cache of arms and ammunition were recovered in yesterday's encounter in which two Jaish-E-Mohammed terrorists were neutralized. And this is the big news we're getting for you right now, where a recovery has been made after the Kulgam encounter. Remember that this had happened after Jaish-E-Mohammed terrorists were neutralized in an encounter with security forces in Kulgam. And we were getting top updates yesterday on the story for you. Some of the terrorists have been identified as a resident of Pakistan. And we are also learning that a huge recovery has been made. The visuals of this you can clearly see on your screen, viewers, where you can see arms and ammunition which has been recovered from these terrorists. Big news coming in, viewers, on the story that we're tracking on Republic TV. And this is, of course, coming in as a huge success for the army forces because a huge amount of ammunition has been recovered. And we were also, in fact, hearing that press conference by the SSP Kulgam, where he had said clearly that they have received input about the terrorist activities. They had received a tip-off earlier. And once the location was confirmed, they reached the spot immediately and neutralized the terrorist. All right, Zenat is joining me live. Zenat, take us to the details we're learning right now. Big recovery after the Kulgam encounter.
Oh, Shivani, I'm joined by SSP Kulgam, Dr. G.V. Sandeep, who was the part of this operation. Dr. Sandeep, how do you see this operation, and particularly the other operation you neutralized the Pakistani terrorist Abu Huraira?
As you are aware, in the last 48 hours in Kulgam, we did 2 anti-terrorist operations in which 3 Jaish-E-Mohammed terrorists were neutralized. Out of these 3, one was a Pakistani terrorist, another 2 were locals. From the last few days, we have been receiving inputs of these movements of these terrorists that they are planning something to do some incidents in the area, and our police teams could zero in them through hard work. And once we confirmed the location of the terrorist, we, along with the army and CRPF, reached there soon and cordoned the area and eliminated the terrorists. And during the operations, our top priority was civil evacuation, civil safety. And in the West Bedpore operation, just a day before yesterday, when we were evacuating the civilians, the Pakistani terrorists threw grenades and fired on the civilians. And our security forces, keeping their life at risk, saved the civilians and could eliminate the terrorist. And this exposes the mind of a terrorist who don't care about the civilians. And in that operation, our soldier and civilians got injured. We shifted them to hospital. Now they are stable and recovering. Just our whole main aim in this thing is, we, along in synergy with CRPF and Army, we want to do clean surgical operations with a focused intelligence. At the same time, civilian safety and security was our top priority.
You talked about the Pakistan threat that is usually been seen in the Kulgam, where Jaish was usually targeted by the security forces, neutralized that threat. How do you see the footprints now in that? As the winter is going to be another challenge for the security forces.
These Jaish-E-Mohammed, as all know, this is a Pakistan-based terror group. Their main intention is to spread terror in Kashmir and to spoil the minds of the youth of Kashmir and to make them join the terrorists. But we, police, along with the army and CRP, we won't allow it. We have dedicated focused intelligence, and by clean operations, keeping in mind the top priority of civilians in mind, civilian security in mind, safety in mind, definitely we'll eliminate them. We won't allow the Pakistan ideology to spread here, and we will fight them against.
So how many in these operations have you neutralized as far as the local terrorist or the foreign terrorist, Pakistani terrorist is concerned?
In these operations, in these 2 operations, 1 Pakistani terrorist and 2 local terrorists were eliminated.
If you talk about the overall 1 year data, how do you see the data?
In Kulgam, we were successful in preventing these terrorists. In the last 1 year, we neutralized 50 terrorists. Out of these 50 terrorists, 10 were Pakistanis. That's it.
Thank you so much. So that was Dr. Sandeep, who talked about the encounter and also the kind of recoveries that were made by the J&K police, because this operation was launched after getting the input from the Jammu and Kashmir police. My VJ Mubashir is showing the visuals that have been recovered from the encounter spot. This tells you that this is the AK-47, the grenade, and also another AK-47 is here, the 2 grenades, the Chinese pistol, and other things are there that were recovered by the Jammu and Kashmir police, along with Indian Army and the CRPF, who were the part of the operation that were carried by the security forces. Seeing the 2 days data in the Kulgam, we are seeing the 3 terrorists, 1 Pakistani terrorist and 2 local terrorists of the Jaish-E-Mohammed neutralized by Kulgam police along with the other security forces.
Right. And you know, Zeenat, what is very interesting right now, you just spoke to the SSP where he has said that there was one terrorist with Pakistani links. So could you also tell us a little bit more about this? Because we are seeing time and again how Pakistan tries to infiltrate our borders, even using drones in some cases and participating in narco-terror, Zeenat.
See, Shivani, he has been talking about the threat that is coming from the Pakistan and the way the Jammu Kashmir police along with other security forces have been neutralizing these threats. We have seen recently an operation in the Matsal sector where 2 terrorists were neutralized, arms and ammunitions were recovered, and also then we witnessed an operation in the Kulgam of South Kashmir where back-to-back 2 operations were seen and 3 terrorists were neutralized. This tells you the mindset and also how the Pakistan is trying to play the game in the Kashmir Valley. But we are seeing back-to-back operation. Definitely this is giving a blow to the terror groups like Jaish-E-Mohammed or the Lashkar-e-Taiba, because these are the main groups that are being backed by the Pakistan, and how they try to pollute the minds of the youngsters. Despite that, we are seeing that the situation in the Kashmir Valley has improved drastically. Talking about the stone pelting or any such law and order, it has come to zero now because we are getting the local cooperation also as far as the anti-terror operations is concerned, because maximum ints were generated by Jammu and Kashmir police. So this operation itself was generated on human intelligence. This tells you that how the police is getting the cooperation from the locals, because they too don't want to live under the fear now. So that is why the information is coming more to the police and the other security forces.
All right. Zeenat is getting us all the details. 3 Jaish terrorists have been neutralized, killed in Kulgam encounter, and like Zeenat showed us, and you can see on the visuals on the screen, viewers, how much of arms and ammunition has been recovered by our forces, and a big win also coming in for our forces after this encounter.